All right. Now let's get into my oldest son called me. Child, you know, now before we get into this video, okay, I'm on here for a purpose, okay? To sell out, all right? Now, these earrings right here, and we're gonna get into the message because I feel the need to deliver you, all right? To deliver you, honey. Now, listen, these earrings right here, these are, I like to say, prosperity earrings. They are so stylish, so chic, okay? You will be the talk. All right. Now, when I say the talk, honey, people will be saying to you, you will receive compliments. And that I can assure you. That I can assure you. Because everywhere I go, I receive compliments. Okay. Everywhere I go. And I don't say that to be braggadocious, darlings. I say that because it's the truth. Okay. And it's all about how I show up. So these earrings right here, they are going to add on to your fancy. Okay, you heard what I said. They're gonna add on to your fancy. Now you're already a fancy one. Okay, you was created to be a fancy one. Now, but these just the add on. All right, darlings, they just the add on. So make sure you guys are shopping my website. Okay, these butterfly earrings. Oh, honey. Oh, hunty. Okay, see, some of you guys, you be showing up plain like Jane. Okay, and you know this is just gonna put a little spunk, okay, in your life. Okay, because some of you guys need some spunk in your life. Now, these butterfly earrings, honey, they are cute to say the least. Okay, they are cute to say the least. Now I know some of you guys you be worried about, oh, are they heavy? Okay, honey, these ain't heavy. These ain't gonna pull your earlobes down to the ground. You get what I'm saying? They ain't gonna pull your earlobes down to the ground. Okay, really, really cute. You see how they got the heart shape? You know this piece right here, heart shape, honey. Ain't no stopping us now. You remember that song back in the day? Ain't no stopping us now. Ain't no stopping us now. Now, this ring right here, this is by far my favorite. My hands may be a little ashy, but that's neither here nor there, doll faces. Okay. This ring right here, when I tell you styling and definitely profiling, you're gonna be writing checks. Okay, this is the money maker. All right. Now everything is according to perception. It's all about what you perceive to be true. All right. Now, this ring right here, I absolutely love this ring. This ring is a signature look. This ring is, oh honey, you know who I am? But not only that, check this out. Now, Queen Nefertiti. Okay. Oh, yes. Yes, yes. We rocking with the best. Listen, goddess mode. Okay. Goddess mode. All right. There's no showing up. See, when you put these pieces on, honey, you ain't going to be showing up bare minimum. Okay. You ain't going to be showing up half stepping. Because if you think you're going to half step in this stuff, honey, just don't get it. Okay. Now, Queen Nefertiti. You get what I'm saying? You see where I'm going with this? Okay, you see where I'm going with this? Some of you guys need some deliverance, okay? You need deliverance from that outdated, the stinking thinking, you thinking you're not good enough, you thinking that you ain't worthy of the best of the best. Some of you guys need some deliverance, and I'm the one to do it, okay? Now, let's get into this, all right? Now, Queen Nefertiti, this ring is signaling. This is goddess mode. This ring is signaling. You just got to sit up in a chair. You got to sit up in a chair, right? This queen. This is signaling. Like how may I help you? This is signaling. You don't know who you talking to, evidently. Okay. This is see when I do this. Okay, when I do this, now let me go get some lip gloss because I can't be showing up like this neither. You get what I'm saying? Let me go get some lip gloss. Okay, I looked at, oh, child, you gotta put some lip gloss on. Hold on 1 second, honey, because I gotta get right. You get what I'm saying? Okay, I'm right already, but I just gotta add on to the rightness. You get what I'm saying? You see where I'm going with this? Hold on 1 second. I'm talking to you guys, okay? Nobody was gonna say nothing. Okay, hold on, child. Had to go and get my Dollar Tree shine. Okay, this is a dupe, by the way, a dupe of the doopity dupe. Neutrogena dupe. Okay, and I know some of you guys, you may be like, I did a video saying some of the things at Dollar Tree. Okay, they wasn't. I expected a little more. Okay, boy, the people in the comments. I live for the comments. I like the comments because the comments, they set the algorithm off, whether it is some may say negative comments, good comments, they just comments to me. Okay. They just gonna help my income go up. Okay. All right. So the person that's out there that's like, oh girl, I want to do some content, but I'm scared of the comments. Ooh, child, you scared of the comments? Wasn't your goal to increase your income? Okay. And if you think that you're not going to be faced with some adversity, if you really think that people aren't going to talk about you and you want your income to go up and you got the audacity to not show up because of a funky, yes, I did say funky, because of a funky little comment. Let me tell you something. When I see the comments on Facebook, you know what? I know they ain't talking to me, so I just send them a heart. Okay? They can be saying all types of stuff. I just send them a heart and let them be on their merry-go way. Because I don't give it. Let me tell you something. A comment is a comment. And see, months ago, I was saying, God, I want my income to be like 20 something thousand a month. And for me to back down when somebody is making a comment, you're going to have to ask, do you really want it? That's what you're going to, some of you guys, you're going to have to ask yourself that. You're going to have to ask yourself, do you really want it? Because some of you guys, you don't want it. You say you want it, you kind of want it, but you don't really want it. When you really want it, you don't give a damn what they say because they don't know you. Okay? Honey, I'm here to read some of you tonight. And I know somebody has said earlier on a previous video that their family has said that they didn't have any potential. Okay, let's go through the jewelry first because that's what I'm really here. I'm on here to sell out. Okay, that's what I'm on here for. I'm on here to sell out, and I'm also on here to inspire you to stop playing it safe and to stop doing the same exact thing every day and hoping and praying that something or some miracle is just going to happen and your life is just going to change. Honey, that ain't finna happen. Okay, that's just not finna happen. That's not how this here thing works. Okay, you're gonna have to get uncomfortable. And I know, some of you guys, you don't want to be uncomfortable. You want everything in life, to be easy peasy, lemon squeezy, but that's not how life is. And if you really think that your life is just going to go that way, newsflash, okay, then you're going to have a very basic, mediocre, dull life. Okay, that's what you shall have. Now, this bracelet right here, you see the Lucky Charm bracelet? Really cute, fancy. This is given, girl, we do brunch. This is given, what? This is giving one of those, okay? This is giving one of those. Oh, wait, what? Excuse me? Okay. This is giving, I like luxury, but I ain't finna break the bank for it. You get what I'm saying? I like style, But one of the things I know about style, you do not have to break the bank. One of the things I know about style, honey, is how you make it work. That's one of the things about style. See, some of you guys, you're so caught up on, and I like nice things, okay? I like nice things. But you ain't got to break the bank to try to impress the Joneses, okay? It's all about what you say. It's all about how you rock it. You know how many compliments I get, whether I'm doing a Dollar Tree haul or whatever it is in Dollar Tree. Okay, how many compliments I get. And I don't say that to be, braggadocious, which some of you guys will take it that way, which I really don't give a damn how you take it. But when I'm in there, okay, when I'm inside Dollar Tree, okay, and I show up to play full out. I don't show up to play mediocre. There's no room for that. There's no room in my world for mediocre. Okay. There's no room for mediocre. There's no room for walking on eggshells. Okay. There's no room for bare minimum. There's no room for you playing it safe and thinking like, oh, well, you got to play it safe. Who says so? Okay, who said that you have to play it safe? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Who said that you have to play it safe? Now, this bracelet right here, you see it? Okay, somebody ordered this one. Well, it's two. Okay, it's one more on the website. So if you guys like the pink, okay, you see the pink bracelet. If you like the pink, honey, is one left. Okay, so honey, you gotta move your feet to the beat out in these streets. Okay, all right. You gotta move your feet to the beat out in these streets. When you snooze, you lose, honey. You snooze, you're going to lose. Now, the next item up is this one. Okay. I like to say these bracelets are Lucky Charm bracelets. You get what I'm saying? You see where I'm going with this? The Lucky Charm bracelet, this yellow. How gorgeous. Could you guys see this? Okay. I don't know. The lighter. Okay. Really, really gorgeous. This is 18 karat gold plated. Okay. All right. Could you guys see it? Oh, child. Honey. So gorgeous. So cute. Really, really gorgeous. Absolutely love this. And you're going to have your butterfly earrings on. Okay. You're going to show up to those events like you know who you are. Maybe you in a season where as though you getting to know yourself. Okay. You funny. Okay. You funny. Honey, none of that over here. Okay. Tarnish shall not be. Okay. All right. Now, getting back to what I was saying, you're going to show up like you know who you are. You're going to show up like you know you was created to win. Okay. Like you know you was created to win. There's no question about it. Now, these bracelets right here, I absolutely love these, okay? These are given styling and definitely profiling. You get what I'm saying? You see where I'm going? Styling and definitely profiling. When you have that cute blouse on or that blazer, okay? Honey, going to that event. Ooh, child. And one of the things that I absolutely love about these, because they stretchy, whether your arm is fat, skinny, in between, okay, mean green, okay, honey, it is going to work. Okay, it is going to work. And never feel like because you are a certain size, okay, you have to love yourself wherever you are. Now, that doesn't mean that you don't desire better. Okay, some of you guys feel like you can't love yourself because of the season that you're in right now. Well, newsflash, darling, Sugarfoot. Just because you in that season, that does not mean that you have to stay in that season. Stop allowing your circumstances. You see these? How cute these are? Okay. Really cute. Really cute. Now, just because you are in a season right? Stop allowing your circumstances to dictate the way you move in life. Let me say that again. Okay, because I just, I just feel like some of you guys not listening. Okay. Now, these bracelets, these are super cute. You get 3 of these for 15. Okay, 11. All right. Really amazing. They stretchy. Okay. They come in gold and then also silver. Okay. No silver, but I got the gold. Okay. So if you look into order, make the purchase ASAP. Because once I sell out, I have another shipment coming in real soon, and it's mainly gonna be silver pieces. Because some of you guys, you were saying that you really like silver. I'm more so of a gold girl. Okay, I absolutely love gold. And some of you guys were saying that you like silver. So I said, I'm gonna get some silver pieces, some silver earrings. And I'm talking about, listen, when I show up, I like showing up, I like style where as though is bold, okay, it speaks, like before anybody even says anything to you, like your style is a pleasing, your style is pulling them in. That's what I like. Okay. And so and sometimes, I'm not gonna front, sometimes the style, like these earrings, I mean like these glasses, okay. When I first got these, I was so excited. I was like, "Oh my goodness, they look so cute. Let me get these." And when I got them, I was like, I opened the box. I said, "Ooh," because I know certain things that I wear is gonna gravitate attention. Like people gonna pay attention to it. And there was a pause. Okay, I was like hesitant at first, like, oh my goodness, I'm going to Dollar Tree, I'm wearing these glasses. The chatter in my mind was like, who you think you are, not, don't wear those, play a little safer. Okay, play a little, and I remember when I was walking and I had the glasses on. Now these not prescriptions, okay, but I would remember I was walking my youngest son to school this particular day. He was going through some things. He ain't do his homework. Okay. So he telling me I got all this going on in my mind. The chatter in my mind telling me, don't wear these, who you think you are. You doing these Dollar Tree whores, you showing up like this. Who do you think you are? Now I got all this stuff going on in my mind. You get what I'm saying? And my son, he ain't do his homework. Okay. So now he's late because he know he done procrastinated and didn't do the homework. And so now he asking me, like, oh, could you walk me to school? Oh, that's the last thing I wanted to hear. So I'm like, all right, come on. Okay. So we walking to school. I still got the chatter in my mind. Okay. The chatter is getting louder as we walking. I see the crossing guard that, crosses my children across the street every day. I say what's up to the crossing guard and stuff like that. We have an understanding. Okay. And as I'm walking, the chatter is just loud. I get to the school. I see one of the security guards at the school, the glasses. I got the glasses on. You can't tell me nothing, but the chatter is in my mind. The chatter is saying, you really think you something, huh? Going to do them Dollar Tree whores. That's the chatter. The chatter is telling me that. Now, as I'm walking, I almost slipped, okay? Not a full slip, but, like a kind of slip. And I get to Dollar Tree, okay? Now I'm in Dollar Tree parking lot. My heart is like, boom, boom, boom. I mean, it's beating so quick. Almost, it feels like it's coming out of my chest. All right. And I get inside the Dollar Tree. And the chatter is just going. You got those glasses on. Who you think you are? Okay. Who you think you are? Right. Oh, and that wasn't enough. Because now where Dollar Tree is, they doing construction. When I tell you that there's things in your life that's going to try to stop you. Okay. But I want you to understand how powerful and amazing and how much potential you have. Okay, you don't allow it to stop you. I'm in Dollar Tree. I'm trying to record. The chatter is loud in my mind. Okay, telling me all this stuff that's not true. And as I'm recording, they drilling in the next in the next store, in the next building, and I can hear it. And I'm like, oh my goodness, are you serious? And in that instant, something is telling me, leave. Just leave. You don't have to do this. And then I get real uncomfortable. I mean, it's uncomfortable. Okay. As the chatter is in your mind telling you all this crap. Okay. And you got to record inside the store. Right. And I get uncomfortable. And for some reason or another, because I listened to so much personal development, it didn't allow me to leave. I extracted the information that I would listen to from the personal development to keep on going. So I'm recording the items in Dollar Tree. I'm recording them. And then I see some people, the ladies that I normally speak to, like on an everyday basis whenever I'm in Dollar Tree. I normally speak to the gals, okay? And one of the amazing, gorgeous employees named Lisa, I absolutely love Lisa. Lisa, she let me know whenever they got the new items. Okay, she may send me a text or whatever. Okay, love her. And I see her, and it's a part of me that want to turn my light down. See, I'm speaking what I know, not what I heard. Okay, so when I'm telling you these things, it is for you to show up. Okay, I don't speak just so you could, entertain you, honey. I ain't here to entertain. Okay, I am here for you to change. All right, but that change will only happen if you decide to change. Nobody else have that much power to make you change. You make the decision to change. You can be inspired, okay? But I can't make you change. I can share with you, hopefully inspire you, which I know I'm inspiring you to get up and do something, whether it's for you to purchase these items, okay, or for you to open that business or start that camera so you could do these videos or whatever it is. It's going to inspire you, okay? So I see Lisa, so the chat is in my mind. Oh, don't say nothing. I'm feeling a little anxiety, okay? Feeling a little anxiety that day when I was doing the Dollar Tree, or just a little, okay? And I was feeling a little uncomfortable. You know why? Because the chatter, and I see Lisa, and Lisa like, hey, and I'm like, hey, and she like, oh, you look so, what she say? You look really good, right? I had the glasses on. Ain't no stopping us now. So I have the glasses on, and I'm talking to Lisa, okay? And the chatter is just still going. It's still going. And I remember I had did like a few different shots, inside the Dollar Tree, like recording a few other items. And I remember it was an instant that was like, all right, you captured enough, just leave. And it was in that moment, do I leave or do I stay? Well, Dina, you said you want your income to go up. Okay? You said you want your income to go up. And you know the amazing thing, what happened? Remember I told you in the beginning when I got to the Dollar Tree, the noise was going on, the drilling at the other building because they was drilling so loud, okay? It stopped. The drilling stopped. Okay, so in one of the videos, I had to do a voiceover when I'm wearing these glasses. I had to do a voiceover because of the drilling. But when I decided, oh no, I'm staying. I know what I said. I know what me and my children desire and what we deserve. I'm staying. The noise, it just stopped. Okay. And so then I start feeling a little more comfortable doing a video, and I remember I had seen Elaine, love Elaine. So I seen Elaine, and she come to Dollar Tree, we talk, the girls, okay, we do a lot of talking up in here. And I remember I seen Elaine, and I'm talking to Elaine, and she was like, oh, your glasses is nice. And it was a part of me that was like, like a little wanted to go into being timid, wanted to go into being a little shy. Now, Elaine knows me from, talking and smiling and stuff like that, and like that. But it was a part that was like, oh, Oh, I got these glasses on. The chatter still was going. Who do you think you are? Okay. It still was going. And I said, the heck with that. So I kept on recording. And then I wore them I don't think I wore them the next day. I wore them. And then this is what I want you to get from this. See, when you go out to do something different, there's going to be chatter. Okay. That chatter is going to be loud. Is going to try to convince you that perhaps you don't have what it takes. And if you listen to the chatter, okay, and if you allow it to stop you, shame on you. Because remember what I said. Now, it's a great book. It's called The Alchemist by Pablo Coelho. All right. And there's a shepherd boy named Diego who went on like a treasure hunt, only to realize that the treasure that he was seeking, the treasure lied within himself. And in the book, The Alchemist, Pablo Coelho, one of the things he says is when you conspire to follow your heart, the universe, what is it? When you conspire to follow your heart, the universe will conspire to work in your favor. Okay, I think that's from The Alchemist, or is it from Infinite Waters? I believe it's from The Alchemist, okay? Or it could be from Ralph Smart. Okay, we like some Ralph Smart. So anywho, I remember hearing it and I was like, oh my goodness. So when you operating from love, and this is what love looks like, when you operating from love and when you like, I'm showing up no matter what, because I know God works through me, and the only thing I have to do is show up. Yes, it gets a little scary. Yes, it may feel a little uncomfortable, but remember what you said. You said you wanted your income to go up. You said that you wanted to experience better people, that you wanted to meet better people. You said that you wanted the trajectory of you and your children's lives to change. So guess what? I mean, I know you wasn't thinking that you was going to stay the same and your life just was going to miraculously change for the best. Oh no, darling. No, 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 no. That's not how this here thing works, okay? You're going to have to get uncomfortable. You're going to have to do some things that frightens and scares the daylights out of you. And you know why a lot of people retreat? A few reasons. So a lot of people retreat, although they prayers, what they prayed for, and God is willing to give them whatever they desire, long as it don't violate the rights of others, okay? But God is willing to give you. And a lot of people retreat because they feel the anxiety, right? They feel the anxiety, so they say, not gonna go through this any longer. So let me go back into my comfort mode. Well, one of the things about being comfortable is there's no growth. And so as long as you going through comfort and as long as you are doing the same thing, you disintegrate it, right? So it's either you change or you disintegrate. Is either you grow or you're dying. You know those gifts that you have within yourself? And so many people gave you compliments. I mean, you're a good drawer. You're a good writer. You should be writing books. You should be, like number one in the world when it comes to your books. But you keep playing so small. You keep on listening to your elementary teacher, the one that was going through life and she was having or he was having a bad day and said, you ought to give up writing because you're not a good writer. Or you're not good at this. And some of you guys, you so crazy. Okay. Now crazy is a state of mind, but some of you guys, you so crazy. You play up to other people's expectations of you. Which I really don't understand why. I mean, because they're not doing anything for you, but you play to other people's expectations of you. You know, your dad, your father, who had a drinking problem, may have called you a reject, may have said that you was a good for nothing. You know, you got pregnant when you was younger, you know, and because you made that mistake, right? And you was called a reject, a good for nothing, you still living up to that hype. You still living up, you still showing up like you are a reject. I don't understand it. You still showing up like you're good for nothing. You still showing up like you don't have what it takes. And I just don't understand. And God is saying, why aren't you showing up? Why aren't you rocking out to all the talents and the gifts I have given you? And some of you guys, you asking God for, I would say stupid, okay, stupid stuff. But you asking for things that God has already given you. But the reason why you're not receiving it, the reason why some of you guys not receiving it is because you playing it too safe. You supposed to shake some things up, but you like walking on eggshells. You supposed to do some things, but you keep on turning your light down because you like, what would they think of me? Come again. What will who think of you? Are these people, by the way, can we be honest right now? These people, they not even thinking. Okay. Let me tell you what they doing. We have all been given belief systems, okay? And for you to think that these people are thinking, for you to think like, oh my goodness, these people really think I'm so, honey, they not thinking. They are operating from belief systems that they were given when they was a child, okay? So you think that whatever, if you care about them not liking you, I mean, shame on you, because why the hell do you care? I mean, they're not doing nothing for you. But just say, if you care that they don't like you, okay, then it's not that they don't like you. It's the belief systems that they was given, and they don't even question it. You see, they go through life each and every day just walking on zombie mode. On zombie mode, full-blown zombie. I mean, almost like The Walking Dead, okay? Now, this bracelet right here is screaming royalty. You see this blue, okay? You see this blue? Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay? Ain't no stopping us now. Okay? You see where I'm going. Ain't no stopping us now. Really cute. So these bracelets, I call them on the website, they may be a different name, okay, but these are lucky charms, okay? Now, me personally, I don't really believe that much in luck, okay? I know things are created based upon your perception and how you believe in yourself and the faith that you have, and you knowing that God has created you to win. That I do know, okay? Now, these bracelets, oh, child. Okay, get into this. Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely. You know, you remember Good Times back in the day? All right. Good Times with JJ, how he would say dynamite. Oh, honey, this is dynamite. Okay, this is dynamite, Sugarfoots. Now, the next item up is this one right here. Okay, now this one packaged. Ooh. Who said you gotta break the bank for fashion? Who said that? Okay, who said that? Really cute. Oh, honey. Okay. Oh, honey, I hope I'm not blinding ya. Okay, really cute. Really cute. Bling bling, a little ting ting. Okay, all right. This is giving. Oh yes, honey. Oh yes. I'm here for a good time. Okay? I'm here for a good time. You get what I'm saying? Now, I mean, I don't know where your mind is going for that one. Okay? But, honey, a good time in life. A good time. You know, you should be moving and grooving in life. All right. I'm not saying that you're not gonna have no hiccups along the way. Okay. You know, it would be foolish of me to say that. I'm not saying that you're not gonna experience, adversity or challenges. Of course you're gonna experience those things, but I want you to know that you have the capability to get through it. You have the ability to get through it, Sugarfoot. You don't have to stay there. Only if you allow yourself to stay there, then you stay there. Get into this. Okay? You see it? The black. Oh, ooh, child. Oh, Lordy. Lordy, Lordy, Lordy. Oh, child. Give in. Give in. Okay, honey, you gotta get with it. There's some of you guys, you've been showing up like who done it and got away with it. Oh Lord, it just ain't gonna work like that, okay? Like I showed up. I needed to put some darn chapstick on. I'm here talking with the white mouth, okay? I had to put some chapstick on my darn lips, okay? All right. But some of you guys, you just showing up, like who done slapped Johnny and got away with it. I don't understand it. I'm trying to figure you out over here, Linda. I'm just trying to figure you out, trying to understand why you showing up like that. Now, this next item right here, okay? Green is my favorite thing, like a chicken wing. And just in case if you didn't know. Now, my sister Melissa, we went to Catholic school when I was younger. Well, I went up into the 6th grade. Okay, because I was on my shenanigans, and in the streets doing I knew everything. You get what I'm saying? And well, we used to wear uniforms. Okay, you see that? Honey, I create. Now look, luck, but I create this, okay? I create the good in my life, okay? Or in some cases, you may be creating the bad in your life, but either way, you're creating it, okay? So you're gonna order this piece, all right? And you're gonna be moving your feet out in the streets, okay? And when you order these pieces, Linda, let me tell you something. Now, if you plan on bring my jewelry line, okay? It is for you to get out of your comfort zone. It is for you to bring that confidence out of you. It is not for you to walk on eggshells or walk through life like, that you wasn't created for the greater good. It's not for that. So if you order these pieces, wear them. Okay, wear them, and don't wait until it's so many people. They wait for the right. Oh well, I can't wear this because I'm saving this for the special occasion. What special occasion, honey? I make the occasion. Okay, so you need to wake up. Okay, wake up for a special occasion. Oh no, honey, I am the occasion. I am the special occasion. And that's how you need to walk through life. Not timid, And even if you feel like a little timid because you're doing something so big, I want you to still show up. Still show up for yourself. Stop acting like you don't deserve the best of the best. Okay, stop acting like you don't deserve the best of the best. Stop acting like those good things are for those people. What people? What people? what people? Okay, Because I don't operate like that. Those good things are for those people. What people? Okay, those good things are for me. All right, and that's how you need to operate. Now, this ring, I told you, when you going out for brunch, going out for dinner, and let me tell you something, okay? Because I was in Costco last week. Was it last? No, 2 weeks ago. Okay, and I had this ring on. And what other ring I had on? I had another ring. This ring right here. Same exact ring, okay? And it was glistening. It was shining, right? Don't you walk? I mean, come on. Stop playing it safe. It's no fun in it. It's no fun, okay? I remember the other day I was in Dollar Tree, right? And you know, sometimes people, they say stuff as though they just pretty much telling on themselves how they feel about themselves. And it's this one girl. And I talk to her every now and then. But somebody was like, oh my goodness, she was like, she was saying so much, you know, talking about you. And I said, oh, really? So the other day I was in the end, I was, you know, recording, doing my little ones and twos, you know, capturing the goodies that they got there. And she was whispering, okay? And sometimes, you know, the common sense may leave a little, okay? But she was whispering and I turned around and I said, what happened? And she said, oh no, something, whatever. Okay. And then a kind girl, okay, kind girl, I mean loving girl, right? But sometimes when people, I don't know who this is for. See, when you showing up and you ain't playing safe, it may ruffle some feathers, okay? When you showing up and you know, some may say you being loud, okay, you being too damn happy, okay. I don't know how many times I got that. I never understood that, you know, when I first started doing Dollar Tree, even up to today, you know. People say, dang, I wish Dollar Tree would make me happy. Now, this one lady, she don't know me from a milk carton, okay? And I like it. I like it because what I say, comments are just comments. The algorithm don't distinguish, oh, is a good comment or a bad comment. The same thing is the universe. It's just a comment. That comment is increasing the visibility of my videos being seen. So why would I block the people? I won't block them. I let them stay. Okay. And so this one young lady, she said, probably a little older than me. She said to me, she said in a comment, she said, you must be really live in a small town. She said, because you so happy over those, you know how you go. I don't know about you guys, and no shade, okay, to the ones that live south. Okay, no shade to you guys, right? But you know, down south, there's not a whole bunch of it's not a whole lot of things going on like up north, okay? And you know, so she was, I guess she was saying that I was from South, especially with the accent. Oh my goodness. Okay. Can't stand it. And so she said, you must be living in a small town because you so happy over their stuff. See, one of the things people don't understand, oh, it's not the stuff. Okay. Now the stuff, you know, my inner child do come out, but it's not that. You know what it is? Is my perception. You know, I'm here for a good old time. All right. And you damn real. I am going to pick happiness. Okay. I mean, why would I pick misery? I mean, it just don't make sense. Okay. And so she said that and stuff like that. Then sister girl, she could have left at any given time. She could have left my page, but no, she kept on going through other videos. Then she was saying, she started saying other stuff, and I said, God damn it. I said, girl, you could have left. But I'm grateful that you still here. Because one thing that you're doing, you sure helping my videos be seen. Stay a little while. And maybe I was feeding in to her, but I didn't. After she was talking, her mess, I said, I did almost like this. All right, so if you thought this video was bad, wait till you see this one. I even sent her a link so she could check out the next video. And whatever, however she wanted to critique it, let her do it. Okay. And some of you guys, that's your problem. All right. You want to be liked. You want to be liked too much. You want people to understand your point of view and why this and why that. I don't give a damn about if you understand my point of view. And don't put me on no damn pedestal. You have this certain imagery of me to live up to your expectations and stuff like that. You will be let down. Okay. You will be let down every time because you need to live up to your own goddamn expectations. Okay. And so, yeah. So, you have to live your life. And stop allowing family members telling you, oh, you ain't gonna be nothing. Some of you guys, you still living up to that. Wow. Where is the fun in that? It's no fun in it. People telling you ain't gonna live up to be nothing. You're gonna be like your no good mama and your drunken daddy. Why would you want to live up to that? Their expectations. Okay? Why would you want to live up to their expectations? It clearly makes no sense. You should be ruffling some feathers. Okay? Now make sure you guys are placing them orders. Now, let me tell you something. Once the items go, they go. And on the website, it's like 2 items. Well, their pink bracelet is one up there. Okay, so once the items go, that's it. Because the new items I'm bringing in is bold. Now, if you thought the glasses was too loud, what are you going to say when I bring the next items in, honey? Okay? All right, what are you going to say when I bring the next items in? If you think the glasses are too loud, what would you say then? What would you say? I guess I'm just gonna have to blind you. Okay. All right. And do understand this. You're not everybody cup of tea, and be okay with that. Okay. Because the only person cup of tea you should want to be is yours. That's it. I don't give a damn if you don't like me. I don't care. Take that up with somebody else. I have nothing to do with that. All right. What's the next item? Okay, I think I done showed you guys earlier. Wait, hold on. I'm missing some. So my oldest son came a little while ago, and I think he pushed the items over. How do you feel? How do you want it? All right, so the next item is this gorgeous ring. Okay, absolutely love this. Okay, this ring right here. I don't mean to, but this ring right here, absolutely gorgeous. I want you to understand that you are the style. I really want to own and end with you. You are the style. Let me share a story with you guys, okay? So I remember listening to Earl Nightingale, The Strangest Secret, okay? See, some of you guys, you're waiting for your moment. You don't wait for the moment, you create it. And I remember Earl Nightingale had said that it was this guy who used to sleep in a park on benches. Okay. And later on, this guy became a millionaire. And people had said to this guy, did you always know that you would be a millionaire? Or did you always know that you would be this successful? You know what the guy said? He said, I knew I was successful when I was sleeping on benches in a park. Okay? See, some of you guys, you may be on public assistance, okay? Maybe you're on Section 8. Maybe you're getting some government cheese, okay? Government cheese never hurt nobody, okay? You use what you can get as a stepping stone, okay? And then you transition for something better, okay? Don't get content. Like my oldest son, he just bought a car. Okay, he bought a Mustang. And he was, as he was driving, we went for a ride. He was just kept saying, I made it. I made it. I made it. You what? You made it? I said to him, don't you get content? Don't get content. Because if you you made it, then you're gonna be standing still, You're gonna be so caught up on that, oh, you made it. You should always be growing. Always should be becoming a better version of yourself. And I was like, oh, don't you dare get content. You still have work to do, okay? And I get it, he proud of himself. He put the money down for his car and stuff like that. He proud of himself, as he ought to be. But don't, and some of you guys, you get caught up on things that you done 10 years ago. Now, yeah, you could use those instances, right? Those experiences where as though you won and, you accomplished great things, but you're supposed to use those experiences to create more, even better accomplishments. You're not supposed to ever get content, because when you get content, you're not growing any longer. You're supposed to keep on growing, not being at a standstill. Okay. So to the ones that's out there, believe in yourself. Nobody can stop you but you. Nobody can tell you what you are capable of doing. People can say it, but it's only up to you if you believe what they say. And last time I checked, God said that you have the ability, okay, to create whatever it is that you desire. And the power is in the tongue. And the power is in thought and your mindset. Okay? See, I don't allow the numbers to dictate me. I don't allow, like my analytics. Before I used to be like, ooh, I don't want to watch my analytics and stuff like that. But one of the things that I realized is, oh no, my analytics don't tell me. I tell my analytics. And you know what I did? I started showing up even more. Oh yeah, I started showing up even more. I started doing a little more visualizations. I started feeling those emotions, those intense emotions of my grandmother saying how proud she is of me. I started, visualizing and crying while I'm visualizing, because the emotions and the intensity of the visualization, it feels so real. Okay. And after one manifestation, another, and I started believing in myself even more. Okay, first, speak about it. Now it's like when I look at my analytics and I see those numbers, oh no. I don't care what the numbers are looking like. It's not what the numbers look like, it's what I tell the numbers. Okay, and you got to see it for yourself. Stop playing mediocre. Stop looking at whatever it is. Okay, whatever you receive, whatever type of mail you receive. And let me tell you something, I have received some mail and I don't accept it. I don't accept that for myself. And as long as you like, oh, I can't see that. I can't look at that. You know? The other day I remember well last night, I was I got to download, look at your PSNG bill, Dina. Okay. All right. Look at it, girl. All right. And I remember I went on there and I seen that it said, first it said 41, like a credit or something. And then I seen that it said $196. And I was like, which one is it? Okay. All right. And then afterwards, before that, it was a part of me that was like, girl, don't look at that. And then I was like, oh no, I shall look at that. Okay. You better stop running from things that you feel. When you run from these things, or feel like you don't want to talk to the people, or feel like, if you answer the phone, no, don't run from it. Because if you run from it, you putting out a signal into the ether like this thing is bigger than you. How could that piece of paper be bigger than you? How? How could that parking ticket be bigger than you? How? Make it make sense. How could that thing be bigger than you? It's not. It's not bigger than you. Okay. I told you guys I have received some tickets. I think it was about 6. Okay. Honey, whatever type of ticket. I mean, it was a driving. It was for driving. And this police officer was writing tickets. Okay. And I had received some tickets in the mail. And I said, what in the world is this? Okay. Right. I didn't accept that for myself. But also, I'm going to be smart. I hired a lawyer. Okay. I hired a lawyer. And that lawyer, I'm grateful for the lawyer. She was cool. And I remember the case went on for about a year. Okay, because it was like during COVID time. It went on for about a year and some change to be exact. And I remember when I was talking to the lawyer, one of the things she said, like she was asking for discovery and stuff like that for the cop, to show the evidence and stuff like that, because supposedly it was like a camera or something or whatever. So whatever, I knew I had faith. Okay. And I don't accept any and everything. And that's another thing. You have the power of not accepting stuff. You do know whenever you receive something, you can say, oh, this is not for me. Or you could also say, oh, this is not the way this is going to go. I don't owe nobody anything. Okay. Okay. Now, if you owe it, all right. But when I got the tickets, and I hired the lawyer was saying, she was like, oh, well, I'm asking the judge for discovery and all this other stuff, right? So then, the lawyer, she had faith. And then I don't know what happened. The faith started going out the window or something, honey. I don't know where the faith went. But I remember she said, well, the prosecutor is saying that if you plead guilty, you could get points on your, no, you don't get no points on your, it was one, you get points on your license, and you pay like a $200 fine or something. Then it was one, like you pay a $400 fine. But if you plead not guilty, you're gonna get the points and you're gonna have to pay. I don't know what they thought. Okay. And the lawyer, she was all for it in the beginning, but I don't know. Her face started going down. So I told her, I said, it's going to work out. And she said, first she was telling me not to settle, and then she was like, well, Dina, I don't know, because the cop, the officer, it was a sergeant. She was like, he's showing up in court. It was on Zoom or something, right? And I said, in my mind, I'm saying, I don't give a damn who shows up. I know who I'm showing up with. Okay. I know I'm showing up with the big G-O-D. Okay. And I know. I just know what I know. And so then we went to court, right? And it was a Zoom call. Honey, I had my afro in. I call this robe is $1 million robe. That's what I say. And I went they turned the camera on, whatever it was like that. My lawyer was there. And like during those times, it could only be like one case. I don't know about y'all, but what state and stuff, but it was only one case they were showing, like during the court hearing or whatever, it was like that. And so the cop is there, right? Now I don't see the cop, but I'm like, I'm a little nervous. I'm not gonna front, but I have faith. And some people say, how could you be nervous and have faith? I don't know what planet you live on, honey. Because of course you're gonna have the fear is going to present itself. Okay, of course it is. But this is how you know you have faith, when you still show up. Okay. And so the cop is there, whatever, right? And he comes on camera, and I notice he comes, it's like is the sergeant of the sheriff department. So he comes on camera, and he's like, and I noticed he got off camera. So I'm like, oh, why he get off? I didn't know what was going on. So then my lawyer, she came back and she said, oh, he said that he never seen you before. And you trying to tell me about the big God? Come on. Come on. Okay. And so the case was dismissed. No tickets, no fine. I mean, that's just the way things roll. That's just the way it is, honey. Okay. So this lawyer, at first she had all the faith, and now she started, singing a different song like, Dina, I don't know. I told her it's gonna be good, it's gonna work itself out. It's gonna work out. And it did. He got on the camera. He got on, then got right on. And then the judge, I had a black judge. Okay. Not that it mattered anything, but the judge was like, oh, the case is dismissed. And my lawyer was like, that is so good. Because and then afterwards my lawyer called me. She said, because he could have said he'd seen you or whatever it is. Man, come on, lawyer. Come on. How would he have said that he seen me if he really didn't? Okay, come on, let's be real. It's almost like the illumination of light is coming. You get what I'm saying? All right, some of you guys may not understand it, but that's neither here nor there. But it's like the illumination of light. Okay, like when I show up. I mean, this has happened time and time and time again. I mean, jury duty is just another prime example. Okay. I mean, just a prime example. And you have the ability to accept it or reject it. So when I got a summons for jury duty, I said, oh no. No way. And so I didn't know that if you work for yourself, you can be excused from jury duty because it'll create a hardship. Okay, just FYI, if you didn't know, now you know. Okay, so I went to the courthouse. All right, that morning I'm listening to Reverend Ike. Honey, say whatever you want to say about Reverend Ike. Okay, but I love me some Reverend Ike. Okay, some of you guys, your grandparents or whomever was saying Reverend Ike was a crook and all this other stuff. Honey, I love me some Reverend Ike. Okay. And you can tell your mama, your pappy, you can tell whoever you want to tell. I love me some Reverend Ike. And so this morning I'm listening to Reverend Ike. I got my book with me. The 11 Forgotten Laws by Raymond Howell. Okay, so I'm on a bus and, I'm reading and stuff and I'm listening to Reverend Knight. And I just had in my spirit, I know I'm not doing this. Okay, got to the courtroom. Very nice, the lady who worked there, very, very lovely. I mean, she was phenomenal. And I'm talking to her and stuff like that. And I told her, and I didn't have to explain a whole lot. She said, all right, well, let's go in the other room so they could approve it. Easy. Okay. You do have the power to accept or reject whatever it is that's showing up in your life. Now, if you accepting everything and you just like, oh, this is the way life has to be, child, you are going to be living a life that you really don't care for. You have the power to accept it or reject it, whatever it is. And I absolutely love that about life, because if I don't want that to happen, why would I agree to it? If I don't want that to happen, why would I accept it? So when I receive certain things in the mail, I open it and I said, nah, that's not the way this is gonna go. All right. I don't like that way. I don't like this, and this is not the way it's going to go. And no matter what, I'll be covered. Okay? Because the money will come from somewhere, wherever. My businesses sell out. My numbers on social media will go all the way up. I don't know. But it's going to work itself out. And that's how you need to start looking at your life and showing up. It's going to work itself out. Now you may feel a little pressure, you may be worried a little, but don't you dare go to bed worrying about certain things, not when you know exactly who God is. When you know who God is, you like, all right, okay. And it's so true. Entrepreneurship is really based upon faith. I mean, like you have to have faith. Okay. You have to really have faith, because if not, honey, you're gonna throw in the towel. Things get a little rocky, life start lifing, because life's for everybody. And when life's is for you to look at it like, oh, it's building character. I don't have to stay here. I know I can move at any given time. And I want you to understand that, because you can move at any given time. You don't have to stay there. You don't have to allow life to stop you. Because in the Bible, it says the same thing. Like, it rains on the just and on the unjust. So if it's raining on the rich, okay? If it's raining on the rich, and I don't know what you consider yourself, okay? But I want you to know there's no favorites. There's no favor. Now, some people it may appear that they are being favored by life, okay? It's a great book. It's called The Game of Life and How to Play It by Florence Shen. In his big old book, okay, this book is falling apart. The Prosperity Bible, The Game of Life and How to Play It by Florence Shen. Amazing book. Now, some people think that life is a battle. And the reason why they think life is a battle is because they break in certain laws in this here universe. And they think that God is against them, or God don't want them to win, or it's because of their skin color and all this other stuff. Well, if God created you, right, didn't God know what skin color you was going to be? And so you think because of your skin color, like, God is punishing. I mean, it doesn't even make sense when you say it kind of out loud, it doesn't even make sense. I mean, it don't make sense to me. And it's so crazy because some of you guys get so caught up on it, your skin color and where you grew up at and all this other stuff. I mean, it's people that grew up worse than you. I mean, they have the same skin color as you, and they successful. So then it becomes a point in time where you start looking at yourself in the mirror and you start saying, what is my excuse? What is my excuse? If they were able to show up and become successful, what is my excuse? Are you giving up on yourself too early because it hasn't happened yet? And that's another one. Some of you guys, you become so impatient. You give up on yourself so easily. But you was in certain relationships and you done gave that God chance after chance, try after try, and you ain't give up on him yet. I'm just trying to understand it. Or you keep giving her chance after chance after chance, and she keeps showing you exactly who she is, and you just keep on staying. How is it that you're giving up on yourself so easily, but you don't give up on the people that you keep entertaining? I don't know. All right. So if you guys are interested, buy the stuff or don't. Okay. It's not gonna make me no, never mind. I'm grateful and appreciative if you do purchase it. Okay. But I know these items are going to sell out. Now that you can bet your bottom dollar on. Now we have the blue one, the blue piece. Okay, get into it. Get into it. Lucky Charm bracelets. Okay. We also have the yellow. Okay, love this. Really cute. Yes, really, really cute. Now, the next item up, we have these gorgeous butterfly earrings. They not heavy, honey. Don't worry. Your earlobes are not gonna be hanging like what they say, sword shaker or whatever it is. Okay, these are absolutely phenomenal. They have the little thing right here, heart shaped. Could you see it? Really, really cute. Signature look. Okay, when you show up, you came to show up. You get what I'm saying? You ain't can't come to play safe. Now, these earrings right here, I like to say prosperity earrings. These are amazing. When you going out, honey, where did you get those earrings from? Okay, that's the question. Where did you get the earrings from? Gorgeous. One time for the earrings. Okay. Now, next item we got up. These. Absolutely love these. These are so cute. Now, you see how it has the pearl right here? Styling. Definitely profiling. Three of these. Gorgeous. Oh, honey. You know those shirts? I have one of those. It's like a shirt dress. It has a tie. Okay. Black. Oh, one second. Because I gotta demonstrate. Okay. So I'm not gonna tell you guys how many years I had this, okay? Honey, that's neither here nor there. But one of these, okay. Now this is like a shirt. You could wear this as a shirt or you could wear this as a dress. Absolutely love this. Okay. Oh, child. Now, this is gorgeous for these bracelets. Okay. Black. Oh, I love it. All right. You see it? You see where I'm going with this? All right. Now, where my glasses? I done left them in the room. Really cute. Stretchy. Look. This is just like you gotta cross your legs. Okay. You just gotta cross them. You know, really, really cute. Ooh, child. Okay. All right. Nice. Stylish. And profiling. You get what I'm saying? Styling and definitely profiling. Now, I think that's it for us. Okay. Make sure you guys place your orders because once they go, they go. That's it. All right. So bracelets, really cute, stretchy, so it don't matter the size of the arm. Okay. Really amazing. You go into the doctor office, I can almost assure you you will get several compliments. Honey, I know. Okay, I know it. Because I had an eye. And shout out to my Aunt May because it's because of her that I have the eye. Okay. So these bracelets, if you really want to make a statement, get this. Okay. Or get all of them. Okay. There's 35 orders that's $35 and free shipping. Okay. How about this? And that pink bracelet, okay, is like the color of salmon, okay, is one of those left. Because the gorgeous Yolanda, all right, she had ordered one earlier today. Okay, what else? You guys seen the butterfly earrings? These are so cute. I love these. When I seen these, I knew I had to have them. Okay. So when I order this stuff, I order for me too. Okay. Because I wouldn't dare sell something that I wouldn't wear myself. And these are everyday looks. Okay. This is for the everyday lady. All right. Whether you running errands or going to PTA meetings. Okay. Honey, I joined the PTA. I got to go to the next meeting. I do volunteer I volunteered, I think, about two other events. Okay, so far. But whether you're going to PTA, let me tell you something. There's not a such thing as I'ma only dress up or I'ma only wear this because of a certain occasion. You make the occasion. You make the event, not the other way around. So get that out of your mind. Like, oh, well, I can only show up or I can only wear this when I'm going to church. Life is too good and too short for you to only be showing up when there's a certain event. You should be showing up all the time. Okay? You should be showing up all the time. You see this red? This is cute. Really amazing. Really cute. Now, it's only 2 left. Okay? 2 left. And it affects you. It may be one. Okay? It may be one of each. Okay? Maybe one of each. Which one is this one? And this one is really cute. This black with gold on here. Let me see. I hear what you're saying. But why did you make that decision? You know, you got to get in character mode. You get what I'm saying? I hear. Can I, wait, hold on 1 minute. Hold on 1 minute. Can I get the check? Wait, hold on, child. Because you need to see this. Okay. Can I get the check? Can I have the check? Yeah, can I get the check? Okay. $1,000? Oh, that's nothing. Okay. That's how much it was to eat all of this stuff. That's nothing. $1,000. Okay. Can we have the check? All right. Let me tell you something. You better stop showing up like you a little one. Can I have the check? Just fancy, just fancy. Ain't gonna have it no other way but to be fancy. You get what I'm saying? Ain't gonna have it no other way. And yes, I said ain't to the professors, right? Ain't gonna have it no other way. Now, okay. Or we could do the yellow. What you want to do? It reminds me of me and my oldest son. We came across this video of this guy in New York on the train. Oh, that video was so funny. That guy was so crazy. That guy was crazy, bothering them good people on a public transportation train, on a train, bothering them good folks. Okay, what you want to do? Got the ring on. What you want to do? Okay, can I have the check, please? Okay, can I have the check? All right, honey, this how you gonna be showing up. This how you should be showing up. Okay, this how you should be showing up. Can I have the check, please? Okay. They ain't gotta know. This stuff cost you about $15, $20. They ain't gotta know. That ain't their business. When you go up into these places, they act like you got sense. Okay, some of you guys just going up into places, act like you never been nowhere, seen nothing. Went to the car dealership the other day with my oldest son. He in Ford. And looking at, I said, boy. Listen, you better act like you gotta act like you got sense. Showing up in these good folks establishment, acting like you ain't never seen nothing. You better pull yourself together. Showing up in these good folks establishment and acting like, maybe, okay. Maybe you ain't see something as extravagant as whatever it is. But honey, you don't act like, come on now. Some of you got, listen, you showing up like you ain't never seen nothing. You got to keep it cool until you get out of that place. All right? Show up like you got some sense. Now, these bracelet and this ring right here, go cop you one. All right. These people ain't got to know how much you spent on it. They don't know you. Let me tell you something. So and this is the last story because I got to go. Okay. I'm here to sell out. These items. Okay. In the midst, I'm going to inspire you. Now, I remember is this place. So I'm a New Jersey gal. Okay. I know I have a Southern accent. That's because of my grandmother. My grandmother was from Atlanta. Okay. And she pretty much, I grew up around my grandmother. And for the most part, she raised me, a lot. And so when I was a kid, I would be around my grandmother. And so the accent sort of, rubbed off some. And I remember it was this place. All right, Edgewater, New Jersey. Okay, now they got a nice little dime up there. Okay, to the folks that don't understand when I say they got a nice little, honey, they got money up there. Okay, and so I like being around nice things. I don't give a damn, I don't care. I like being around nice things, and so I went up to Edgewater and stuff like that. And, I'm around Edgewater. I see the condos and things like that. I remember, I'm not going to tell his story, but I went up there and I see the condos and, the townhouses, and it's gorgeous. And I went up there, I had a EBT card. Who knew? Okay. And I could have did food shopping with the EBT card where I live, but why? I mean, come on now. I don't want to do that, right? I mean, I could do it, but I want to be around the best of the best. Let me tell you something. It's not what you have. It's how you feel and carry yourself, and what's your perception of yourself. So what if you there right now? It doesn't matter. Okay. You ain't gonna stay there. Right. So I goes up to Edgewater. They have an Acme. Now, me personally, I like Whole Foods. And so what? I go to Whole Foods. When I go to Whole Foods, it's really because of the environment. If I'm being honest, that's really why. Okay. But anywho, so I'm in Edgewater and there's an Acme. And I remember this time, before I would drive up there, but now I took public transportation up there. And now I'm walking over there. They have a PF Chang's in this plaza, well, in like by the condos and stuff like that. And I went to the PF Chang's. PF Chang's really good. They food is really good. So anyway, so I'm up there and stuff like that. And as I'm up there, it was a thought that came to me. You don't belong up here. Why? I don't belong. Oh, honey, I had to stay even longer. So as I'm walking, I'm seeing the people, and then this chatter in my mind. These people gonna know you're not from here. I said to the chatter in my mind, I said, how the hell they gonna know? Okay, I'm a big time YouTuber. For all they know, okay, they don't know me. Oh, they don't know me. All right. So next minute I know. Honey, I got so used to it from going up there, because at first it's like a challenge. I challenge myself. Then afterwards, honey, I get in this mood as though I'm like, oh no, I gotta keep going until the discomfort leaves. I kept going up there. I didn't give a damn. Okay, I didn't care what the people thought of me. Honey, it came to a point in time when I go to the supermarket, I'm talking to the people and stuff like that, asking the people questions and stuff. Yes. You better stop playing small. It's not what they think about you, it's what you tell yourself. And you better stop telling yourself, see, you know what? You know what's really doing it for me is because of that no good vision that you have of yourself. You look at that vision of yourself and you think that's where you gotta stay. You look at that vision of yourself and you think that, that's where you're going to be all your life. What? Oh, no, darlings, no, sugarfoots. Okay? You ain't got to stay there. What makes you think you got to stay there? Now, if it wasn't for me, going to transitional housing, right, for Section 8, and I was there for 16 months. It was a great experience. Okay, I'm grateful for the things in my life that helped me elevate. Okay, help me elevate. And I'm so grateful and thankful. But if it wasn't for that experience, how the hell could I look somebody that's on Section 8 or that's on going to transitional housing? How could I actually look them in their eyes and say, honey, you gonna make it through this? Or you have the potential to become a multimillionaire. How the hell could I do that if I didn't go through those experiences? You guys are so caught up on what you've been through that you don't even show up for yourself. You allow your past events to dictate where you're going in life. You allow it. And then you act like there's a curse on your life or there's a black cloud. Oh no, there's no black cloud. Or probably it is, because that's what you keep saying. Things can't exist if you don't give them permission. Now I'm gonna close out. I gotta close out for you good folks. Okay. Let me see. Where is it? I'm looking for the book by Florence Shen. Okay. This book done been through some things, but it's nothing but a chicken wing. Okay. Nothing but a chicken wing. All right. Let me close out with this. Make sure you guys shop the website. Now, the game. Most people consider life a battle. Are you one of those that consider life a battle? Most people consider life a battle, but it is not a battle. It is a game. I gotta have my lip gloss popping for this one. Hold on. Okay, now let's get back into it. Okay, make sure the bracelet is showing. Right. Make sure the bracelet is showing. Okay, gotta get in the spotlight. Okay, in the limelight. Okay, I make the goddamn limelight. The limelight don't make me. Okay, now, like that. Now, most people consider life a battle, but it is not a battle. It is a game. It is a game, however, which cannot be played successfully without the knowledge of spiritual law. And the Old and New Testaments give the rules of the game with wonderful clearness. Jesus Christ taught that it was a great game of giving and receiving. Okay. Whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. This means that whatever man sends out in the world, in the word or deed will return to him. What he gives, he will receive. If he gives hate, he will receive hate. Okay. All right. If you giving hate, if you out there giving hate, passing your poison around, giving people invitations to your misery, okay, you shall receive that. That's why your life going the way it's going now, Linda. Okay? Because you thought that you was going to be out here giving all the hate in this world, in this beautiful world, okay? And you thought that you was going to be getting by giving that poison out. Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. You thought that. Now, if he gives hate, he will receive hate. If he gives love, he will receive love. If he gives criticism, he will receive criticism. If he lies, some of you guys, you wonder why the people keep lying to you. Well, let me tell you why. He will be lied to. You just out here lying like Pinocchio and think nobody is going to lie to you, Pinocchio. If he cheats, he will be cheated. This is what the book's saying. Okay, I'm just reading what the book says. Okay. We are taught also that the imaging faculty plays a leading part of the game of life. What are you imagining? You know, sometimes I'm with my oldest son, and one of the things he'd be like, could you imagine this? And I said, I don't want to imagine it. You know, he giving these scenarios. I don't want to, I don't want to imagine it. He'd be like, oh yeah, could you imagine it? No, I can't. Now, Keep thy heart or imagination with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. This means that what man images sooner or later externalizes in his affairs. So you don't need to, have some people like they don't really want you to see like certain things in their life, right? But you could always see like what they really believe, like based upon the way they move, right? And based upon the people that they have associated with them, you could always see like exactly what they believe to be true. And what they believe to be true, although they try to hide it, right? But you got to understand what's internally, it shows externally. It shows up internally first, and then it shows out externally. Okay. Let me see. Now, I know of a man who feared a certain disease. It was a very rare disease and difficult to get, but he pictured it continuously and read about it until it manifested in his body and he died, the victim of distorted imagination. So we see, to play successfully the game of life, we must train the imagining faculty. A person with an imagining faculty trained to image only good brings into his life every righteous desire of his heart, health, wealth, friends, perfect self-expression, his highest ideas. So that's why I listen to personal development every day. Okay? That's why. And that's why I read the books. Okay? Because let me tell you something. If you don't train your mind will be trained. If you're not training your mind, the world will train it. Okay? And you got to see, if you want what the world is training you. See, it's so many people that saying, there's going to be another something worse than the Great Depression. Don't you know that there were multimillionaires during the Great Depression? Okay. And so you have to ask yourself, am I buying into what the world say, or am I buying into what God said? It's all according to what you believe. It's all according to your faith. You believe that you going out like the rest of them. Guess what? You're going out like the rest of them, darling. So, I mean, you look at your life and you say, I deserve the best. I want the best. That's it. Okay. There's no negotiation going on. I deserve the best. So therefore, I am going to have the best. And you don't just show up when things seem to be right. You're not showing up like, oh, well, things is right. Let me show up. No. Because you always, let me say, I don't give a damn how spiritual you are, how religious you are, you're going to go through some challenges. And if you are just this person that says, I thought when I became spiritual, I'm not going to experience no challenges. No, you're going to go through challenges, just as the name of the game, honey like a chicken wing. You're going to go through the challenges. But do you have what it takes for you to get over the challenges? Absolutely. Okay? Absolutely. Do the challenges have a potential to break you? No. They don't have the potential to break you unless you allow it. Now, I'm not saying that you may not experience some anxiety, okay? You may go through, experience some depression, but you should have enough armor on you where so you don't allow those things to stop you. And what do I mean by the armor? I'm talking about you have to recondition your mind, reprogram your mind. And that doesn't mean when you go to challenge yourself, that chatter isn't gonna be loud and talking to you. And, oh yeah, it's gonna be loud. It's gonna be talking to you. It's gonna say all types of stuff. But do you have what it takes? Absolutely. You have what it takes. You don't have to stay down unless you allow yourself to stay down. You can get up at any given time. That's the beauty of life. Now the question becomes, you don't watch this good video, okay? And how I know it's good, because honey, I created the goddamn video, okay? But you will watch this good video. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna open that business? Are you gonna write that book? Or you gonna be motivated and then after the video go back and do what you normally do? Well, if you do, you just wasted your time. If that's your plan, to go back to do what you already been doing and living the way you've been living, you wasted your time. You don't waste it. You don't wait. I don't know how long you've been on here, but this is almost 2 hours. And if you plan on just doing the same exact thing after this video, honey, you could have saved those damn 2 hours for something else. You can't get time back. You do know that, right? You can't get it back. And so while there's potential within you, unlimited to be exact, within you, make it count. Make it count. I mean, make a decision about something. Whether it's you doing one goddamn jumping jack, I don't give a damn. Whether it's you walking around the block, whether it's you tomorrow going to a different store to challenge yourself, I don't give a damn what it is. Whether it's you going to buy a book, I don't care what it is. Whether it's you turning on a camera and saying, you know what, I'm gonna make that darn video. I don't give a damn how I look. Okay, because when I first started, I would come on camera with my hair sticking up on my head. I didn't give a damn what nobody was saying about nothing. I still was showing up. So you got to ask yourself, are you going to continue to play it safe? Will you continue to play it safe? And if so, shame on you. Just imagine the life you were destined for. This whole blueprint. You know, you were supposed to be a multi-millionaire, multi-bill, whatever it is, right? And so many gifts that God has given you. And you just like, I'm not going to do it. That's what some of you guys say. You say you're not going to do it. And so therefore, you settle. You make a settlement with life. You keep doing the same thing. You know, and although it's taunting as it may be, it's not taunting enough yet for you to make a different decision. And you keep complaining, praying and crying, just hoping that God's just going to come and do something different, or just going to create a miracle in your life. No one is coming to save you. No one. Okay? And you may be experiencing anxiety, depression. You may be experiencing those things over and over, but no one is coming to save you. You have to be your own savior. Okay, you have to be your rescuer. And I know you've probably been conditioned to believe that God is going to come from the sky and help you and save you. And your life is just going to change. Well, how has that been working out? How has that been working out? Has that been working out for you? Because I know damn well it wasn't working for me. Okay. Honey, you can't save me if you wanted to. All right. All right. Honey, you can't save me if you wanted to. Okay. Now I appreciate the gesture, but you can't save me if you wanted to. Because I only could save me. And that's the problem, okay? Because some of you guys, you put all your faith into these external things without understanding and realizing that the only person that could ever save you is you. Imagine if people could save you. You know how much they'd throw that in your face, just like they throw other stuff in your face. Well, you know what? I gave you them rides. When you ain't have a car, I would give you them rides. You know, like you owe them like the rest of your life. Okay. Imagine if they saved you. Oh Lord, honey, they'd bring that up every chance they get, they'd bring it up. Yes, I've been married. Yes. Every chance they get, they'll be bringing it up. You remember that time I saved you from your own self? Honey, okay? It's so good you get to save yourself, right? You don't owe nobody nothing, when you save yourself, you know? Like my oldest son, he keep on he'll keep on saying, like he been saying it all this way. I did this, I brought this car, I brought this car. And I look at him and I say, yeah, you did. And he keep on saying it, I brought this car. All right, why did you get divorced? I got divorced because I wasn't ready. Okay. Because when I married the guy, okay, I thought that what he was giving, I didn't deserve it. So when you get into a relationship, this is another thing about relationships. Now, I'm not a relationship coach or anything like that. I just speak upon experiences. My experience, to be exact. Okay. When you get into these relationships, right? And maybe you jump from one relationship to the next, to the next, to the next, and maybe you have this ideology that the next relationship is going to be different, right? Maybe you don't take no accountability. You just like, the relationship went wrong because of what he did, or the relationship went wrong because of what she did. And you never hold yourself accountable because you never was taught to hold yourself accountable. Do I feel like I deserve it now? Let me say this, okay? Let's not project. Let's not project. Okay? Let's not project. And what do I mean when I say let's not project? Don't project. Don't tell me that it seems like that I have some bitterness. What you say? I have some bitter relationships. I've had some bitter relationships of people throwing things in my face. Now, if that was the case, I would say it. I'm aware. Okay. I'm aware. All right. Now, do I feel like I deserve better now? I know I deserve better. Okay. But okay, there's a conjunction. But one of the things that I noticed within myself is if I'm being honest, giving people chances, like to get, I guess, like closer to me, or going on dates. See, this is the thing. Now, I went on a few dates, okay? And the men, I mean, they phenomenal. The ones I went on dates with, right? I mean, they really good. Business owners, one guy, he had his own construction business, and another guy, he was like a conductor. So I mean, phenomenal. And one of the things I want to say is you attract based upon who you are, right? It's funny because when I was wearing a weave in my hair, there's nothing wrong with the weave, okay, or the creamy crack, or in your hair, or whatever. You do what works for you. But one of the things that I notice is that the guys that I attract now, they are more so sophisticated. They are more so, doing the thing that they enjoy doing. But one of the things that I see for me is like whatever is like, I'm not gonna say whatever excuse, but whatever I see as a red flag, I just dismiss it. So one of the guys I had went on a date with, we went on a date, and I don't, I'm very selective, okay? Very selective. And me and him went on a date. He was a gentleman. But it was something like when we had the phone conversation, the phone conversation was going good and stuff like that. But one of the things that like I just said, at times I'm like, I feel like if I see anything that signals like a red flag, I just cut them off, and that can be something on my part, right? Because if you like, oh, well, you want to be in a healthy, like I desire to be married, okay? But that ain't gonna work too well if you cutting everybody off. Like soon as you see something, like you just cut. Like there's no explaining or not. You just go ghost. So that's one of my experience that I noticed about myself. Okay. So I guess it would be like I feel I deserve it. Yes and no. Some may say it's a contradiction, but I really don't give a damn. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. So getting back to what I was saying about relationships, right? So when I did get married, first of all, I went from being in a relationship with men. Well, I'm not gonna say men, boys, okay. Although they was older, but they was boys, and I guess I was, a girl. But being in relationships with them, one of the things that I noticed, like back in the day, I would just get into another relationship, right? Because I was thinking like, oh, it's not me, it's them. They the problem, right? Whew. Until you get into enough relationships and you start seeing like, oh, damn, they the same, So you start doing some self-reflecting, and you start realizing that you've been attracting these people and they just mirroring, reflecting back to you. Your belief systems, what you believe you deserve, they just reflecting it back to you. And so my last relationship, okay, it was like the inner child wanted the relationship to keep going, but my spirit, it knew the relationship was up. Like I couldn't continue on with the relationship because an amazing person, amazing, but I knew that where I was going in life, that we were on two different pages, like we outgrew each other, and so it happens, And you look at the relationships, and I'm grateful. I love my exes. I'm not in love with them, but I have love for them. And I want the best for them. I don't have no hate in my heart for any of my exes. Okay. I want them all to prosper because I want that for me. And so when you start taking accountability, it comes a point where so you got to start looking at yourself in the mirror, and being honest with yourself on how you showed up. And did you settle? Because a lot of times what it is, we get into these relationships and because we so impatient and don't want to be by our lonesome, we settle for these relationships and then get in these relationships and thinking, oh, I can change the person. Like the person said they was going to save me, you know? But you can't change them. The only thing you can do is change yourself, and you become what you want to attract. I had a good friend of mine who had came over. Now this friend, she would talk about, her relationships, and I listened to, a lot of times, she talked about relationships, how the men was liars and cheaters and, all this other stuff. And I love this friend. I love this friend to the life of me. And I remember, one day she came over and she was just talking about the guy she was with. And I said, what do you desire? What type of guy do you want? You got to be grateful for those relationships, because that experience, when you go to write down like the person you desire, guess what? You write that list down. Instead of you saying, oh, well, I don't want a liar, you write down, I want someone that's honest, right? Someone that's transparent. You write those traits down, not as the other one, because you get what you focus on. A great series is Dark Matter on Apple TV. Oh my goodness, it's so good. I mean, it is excellent. Dark Matter. So my friend came over, she was telling me, complaining about the guys, and this wasn't the only guy. She complained about all of them, and all of them had the same exact trait, all in common. Okay, and they was reflecting back to her what she accepts and what she allowed. No boundaries, nothing. And so I told her, I said, okay, so what type of guy you desire? And so we sitting on the sofa. She just started writing down I don't want a guy that lies. I don't want a guy that cheats. I don't want a guy that, do this. And I said, what type of guy you desire? And try this experience. When you go, you family functions, or you got that friend that's always complaining about his job or whatever it is, ask him, say to him, what do you want? What do you desire? I can almost assure you he gonna tell you the stuff he don't desire, because it's just something that we grew up with, focusing more so on things that we don't desire as opposed to focusing on the things that we do desire. So this friend, she making a list, she writing down all this stuff. Because afterwards I said, all right, well, no, I'm asking you, what do you want? Not what you don't want. That's why you attracting it, because you focusing on what you don't want. So she writes down all this stuff, what she do want. And writing it down is the first step. But the more so challenging step is you becoming what you wrote down. You becoming what you wrote down. And when you go on these, whatever it is, dates or whatever, when you go on these things, the people just reflect back to you, what you are accepting and what you are tolerating. Do you have boundaries? Okay. Do you not have boundaries? Are you going to speak up for yourself? Or are you just pretty much so desperate and eager that let me share a story with you guys. So it's this amazing lady that I've been listening to. Her name is Coach Shay, your love diva. She's on all the social media platforms, and she's like a dating coach, right? And I remember she had said, you know, whenever you go on dates, you never go on a dinner date. Now, up until that point, I would go to a dinner date or lunch date or whatever it is like that. And she said, you never go on a dinner date because when you go on a dinner date, it's pretty much like you let your guard down. You know, at dinner time, there's drinks. You may start drinking and you may, you know, start letting your guard down, right? And so she said you go on coffee dates. And so this experiment I had went on a coffee date. This was a first coffee date that I ever done. And I was, honey, nervous. I was nervous, okay, going on this coffee date. And like I said, the guy, he was amazing. Boundaries. My boundary is my time. It matters. Okay. I'm not one that's dropping everything because we went on a date. So I told him, he said, oh, could we go on a date? Yeah, we could do a coffee date. And I had 40 minutes available for this coffee date. Okay. 40 minutes. So we get to the coffee date. I met him there. And at the coffee date, he's like, you know, we talking and stuff like that. And I set my timer. And so my timer went off. And no matter how good the coffee date is, 40 minutes, I had to go. Okay? Because I value my time. Now, the old me would have perhaps probably dropped everything and would have been there longer and stuff like that, you know, would have been given more. And when I say more, I'm talking about like giving more time to the guy and stuff like that. But you know, I've grown, so I value my time. I got other stuff I gotta do. I gotta record. I got content I gotta edit, you know? And so you just came into my life. I had a life before you. And so that's how you gotta maneuver. You know, you gotta stop thinking that these things outside your existence or these people are the prize. And stop putting things on pedestals, you know. Stop feeling like this thing is the pedestal or this is the prize. I don't look at things like that. So with that being said, folks, it's been 2 hours and I appreciate you, lovelies. Okay. Now I gotta get off. Make sure you guys are shopping my website, Purple Royals. I think that's what it is. Purple Royals is purple royalty or something. Keep rocking out, believing in yourself. Take the leap out on faith. Stop playing mediocre. Stop being basic. Do understand that you here for a reason. And I don't give a damn who may have said, you were an accident. Okay? You was never supposed to be born. Yes, you was. You was supposed to be, because if you wasn't supposed to be born, newsflash, you wouldn't be here. Okay? And so you was supposed to be born. And do understand that there's greatness within you. Okay? Understand it. That there's greatness within you. I don't care what anyone have said. Your mama, your daddy, the teacher, the priest, the preacher, I don't give a damn what none of them said. Okay? You are destined for greatness. And there's something amazing within you. Spend some time with yourself. Okay? Spend some time with yourself and get to know you. Meditate. That's my advice, meditate. That's what I can only tell you guys what I do. I meditate, okay? I visualize, listen to personal development and read books, but meditate. Okay, you got this. I don't give a damn. Life can be lifing right now. And it may seem like it's not gonna get better, but that's a darn lie. Because in this here life, there's seasons. You're not gonna stay in that season forever. I mean, unless you choose to. Unless you choose that for yourself. And considering the time that you're on here, I've been on here for 2 hours. I don't think that you're going to continuously keep choosing to have a screwed up life. It's something in you that want more, want better, and you deserve it. Now, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.